Gary here, back with some more Nintendo Switch 2 welcome tour on the Nintendo Switch 2. Let's hop into this. Last time we did Area E? I think it was Area E, right? Or Area D? I forget which one, honestly. We shall see. Let's see. Yeah, we did Area E. Okay. So Area F. Where is Area F? I forget where Area F is. I don't think it's over here. Okay. I honestly forget where Area F is. It's been a couple days since I played. Just a couple. Just a couple days since I played. Where is Area F? Wasn't Area F like on an elevator? Could have sworn it was on an elevator. What elevator is this? Is that just how I leave? Maybe that's how I leave the game. Thought it was on an elevator. Don't know where the elevator is though. Area F. There's Area L. Or maybe not an elevator, but like just a ladder. It was something like that, right? I think it was something like that. Just give me a sec, you guys. I'll find it. There we go, I found it. It was literally right there at the very beginning. Alright. Did you call the stamps in Area E the Joy-Con 2 strap area? Yes, I did. Yep, they're all here. Way to go. You can head on through. Word of warning, it's quite the trek to get from here to the next area, Area F. Okay. Quite a trek. Meaning it's gonna be a long walk, I'm imagining. There's like a conveyor over here, which is interesting. That's how I get back fast, I guess. Those two always go darting off without me. Okay, there's like conveyors. This is a long walk. Area G is this way. Oh. Okay, that's interesting. Area F is this way. Where am I? Oh, we're in the dock. Oh, I had no idea we would... It was right there. The dock was right there next to the console. Had no idea. That's cool. Eek! My voice became a robot voice. Oh, the Nintendo Switch 2 console has a microphone. That it does. Okay. Let me look for stamps, right? First thing we have to do is look for stamps. Air intake lower left. Alright, so we're going to be learning about this dock, which is interesting. There's an escalator. Air intake lower right. Okay. There's a total of 8 stamps, it looks like. LAN port. Actually, no, there's 7 stamps. Okay. I guess let's take this quiz right off the bat since it's here. Is a dock just a fancy word for a stand, or is there more to it? And why is the back of the dock rounded? I am interested. Great, here's Nintendo Switch 2 Dock Insights 1. Okay. The dock is more than a stand. At first glance, the Nintendo Switch 2 dock might just look like a regular stand, but it's actually much more than that. It could change video signals from the Nintendo Switch 2 console into signals that your television can receive. It has USB ports, letting you use multiple kinds of devices, and it allows you to connect to the internet via an LAN cable. Okay. A revamped dock. The Nintendo Switch 2 dock is designed for use with the Nintendo Switch 2 console. This means that it could be used with the Nintendo Switch console. At first glance, the new dock doesn't look so different than the Nintendo Switch dock, but on the inside a lot has changed. It needs to keep up with the Nintendo Switch 2 console's rapid video signals. Also, now that the dock is bigger, if you try to force a Nintendo Switch console into the Switch 2 dock, the control sticks on attached controllers might get stuck. In short, please don't try to insert any Switch consoles into the Switch 2 dock. Conversely, the Nintendo Switch 2 console cannot be used with the Nintendo Switch dock. The Nintendo Switch 2 console uses a lot more electricity than the Nintendo Switch console, so even if you could connect it, it would exceed the Nintendo Switch dock's power capabilities and simply won't work. Please make sure to only use the Nintendo Switch console with the Switch dock, and only the Switch 2 console with the Switch 2 dock. You got it! The dock fan. The Nintendo Switch 2 dock has a cooling fan inside. This prevents the dock from getting too hot and allows the Nintendo Switch 2 console to perform at its best. Also, the base of the dock is raised about 2 millimeters. There are many holes on the underside of the dock. The console and the dock fans draw air in through these holes and through gaps at the sides. This helps the inside of the console and the dock to stay as cool as possible. A rounded back. If you look at the back of the Switch 2 dock, you'll find it has rounded edges. This dock has a much more rounded shape to it than the Switch dock. Why is it rounded like this? It's so that the release buttons on the Joy-Con 2 controllers are easier to reach. When the Nintendo Switch 2 console is inserted into the dock, detaching the Joy-Con 2 controller should be easy. The dock isn't rounded just because it looks cuter that way. Okay, you've read them all, that's the ticket. It does kind of look cuter that way, though. That it's rounded. Now you get to take a fun little quiz. Alright. Let's learn about this dock. What is up with the Switch 2 dock? Question number 1. The Nintendo Switch 2 dock serves many purposes, but which of the following does it not do? Use infrared communication. Question number 2. Which of the following can the Nintendo Switch 2 console use? The Switch 2 dock. What are the holes on the bottom of the Switch 2 dock for? To show people what's inside, definitely. To take in air, I think. Little hesitant in that one. Why is the back rounded? To look cute, definitely. To make the controllers easier to detach. Yay, we did it. Perfect score. Like the first 3 questions I was honestly doubting. Honestly. Well, you passed with flying colors. You must really know your way around the dock now. I feel like I read some of the questions wrong, but I didn't, so it's all good. Oh, and it looks like there are more Nintendo Switch 2 dock insights for you to read up on. Okay, I unlocked a new quiz. Let's go take this quiz. Have you noticed those little bumps near the system connector on the dock? No? Well, you've at least noticed that one of the 4 feet on the dock is different from the rest, right? Thoughts, feelings, you interested? Good, good. Here's Nintendo Switch 2 dock insights 2. Okay. A ridge and some bumps. If you look into the Nintendo Switch 2 dock from directly above, you'll see a mechanism around a connector that makes it easier to insert the Nintendo Switch 2 console. Here in the middle, there's a narrow ridge, and there are 2 little bumps here to the left and right. Now, if we take a look at the Switch 2 console, you'll see that the indentations that line up with the ridge and bumps. These guide the console into the right position for it to fit into the dock's connector. First, the ridge in the middle of the dock fits into the indentation on the console's underside, lining them up. Next, the left and right bumps fit into the console's other indentations for even more precise alignment. These bumps sit on top of a small stand, which is supported by springs. The connector only comes out when the stand is pushed down. When the connector at last emerges, the console connects to the dock via the connector. With such a mechanism, even if you get a bit sloppy when inserting the console into the dock, it should still work. Slightly raised spots. The underside of the Nintendo Switch 2 console is a little rounded. Down here, near where the system connector and the dock goes, there are spots that are slightly raised. If the positioning is a little off when the console is inserted into the dock, these raised spots will come into contact with the inside of the dock. Without this raised spot, the ridge on the dock might slide off the rounded part of the console and bend. Additionally, the connectors may not be inserted properly. With a slightly raised spot, we've ensured that the console will not get stuck. Okay. One of the 4 feet. On the underside of the Nintendo Switch 2 dock, there are 4 small rubber feet. These rubber feet prevent the dock from sliding when the console is inserted. This may sound great, but if the cable connected to the dock snags and the feet catch, the dock might tilt and fall over since it doesn't slide. So, we modified one of the 4 feet. A bit of the plastic sticks out slightly more. If the dock tilts slightly, this plastic will touch the floor. It will slide a little bit, making the dock less likely to fall over. This tiny extra piece of plastic comes in very handy. Thanks for reading all that. Now that you're up to speed, have a quiz. Great. All of these employees working at Nintendo keep thinking quizzes are fun. Quizzes are not fun. The ridge and bumps in the Nintendo Switch 2 dock allow the Nintendo Switch 2 console to be inserted in what way? The ridge and bumps with little force. What does imprecision mean? I'll put with little force. On the Nintendo Switch 2 console, some raised spots can be found around where the system connector on the dock goes. What are they for? Some raised spots can be found around where the system connector on the dock goes. I think it's to stop the console from getting stuck. I didn't really read that much. Like, I wasn't paying attention to what I was reading because there was a lot of stuff to read. I think it's to stop it from getting stuck, right? I think. Right? Yeah, that makes sense. How many of the 4 feet are deliberately slippery? Deliberately slippery? Slippery. I thought it was supposed to be not slippery, though. The one was supposed to be not slippery. Okay. Let me see what I missed. Okay. Well, I see what I missed. I had to just go to the very end to figure out what the heck I was missing, because they always sum it up at the very end. And I can't skip to the very end, it doesn't look like. I could either just keep clicking through it, or just click the back button to leave it, but yeah. There you go. Nice, you got a perfect score. Doesn't your brain feel better for having that extra bit of knowledge? Oh, it looks like that was the last quiz. I don't have any more quizzes to do. Maybe I shouldn't be telling you this, but I've got my eye on a certain minigame here. Okay, what does that mean? What is that supposed to mean? I've got my eye on a minigame too, I guess. How do I get up? Oh, there's an there's an elevator. Of course, you gotta go up the elevator. Okay. There's something here. Back cover locking mechanism. Okay, I have 3 more stamps to find. There's one minigame there, there's another quiz. Oh, I thought I already had all the quizzes. Oh. Maybe I miscounted. AC adapter port. Got it. Sure. Let me do this minigame and then we'll take the quiz. Say, you ever try looking for individual pixels on a 4K screen? It's tough with my eyesight, I tell you, especially with a 4K TV screen. There's so many of the little things. But then again, it's not too surprising that it's difficult. Pixels these days look like tiny little specks. We reckoned it'd be nice to give you an idea of just how small they are. That's the gist of this minigame. There's 5 little pixels to find in total. Think you're keen-eyed enough to spot them all? Probably not, but... Okay, we'll try. We'll try. Pixel hunt 5 pixels. It requires mouse controls. Okay. Let me get my grip real fast, you guys. I keep forgetting to have it when I play this game. Give me 1 sec. Alright, I got my grip. I need to beat 30. It looks like 30 seconds, I'm assuming. Or just 30. Let's see. I got my grip. We got our mouse. I'm gonna toss my phone away. Good. Okay. Okay. Let's try this. I gotta beat 30. Or 90 will be a good start. Can you see the pixel? Choose the level of brightness at which the pixel is barely visible. Barely visible? So this one? Wait, what pixel are you talking about? I'm assuming they mean the arrow, right? Is that a pixel? I don't know what pixels are, you guys. Apparently. Find the 5 moving pixels. Oh god. Wait, 5 moving pixels? I don't see anything. Oh, I mean, I was close. Wait. Wait, I'm confused. I'm supposed to look for a moving pixel? What does that even mean? Could you guys see the pixel? Because I don't see a pixel. I just clicked around the spot, you guys, just because I don't know what I'm looking for. Huh. Even when they show me the circles in the end, I can't see where a pixel is. What is that? I'm so confused. I am so confused, you guys. How do I tell if a pixel is moving? Let's see. Let me exit real fast. I could choose the brightness, right? Will that help at all if I change the brightness? I really don't get what it means by find the pixel. I'm not that familiar with what pixels are in games. We'll choose number 5. Oh, okay. It got darker. Oh no, never mind, it got brighter. What's the... Okay, hold on. What's the difference between brightness? I didn't really see a difference. I don't get this minigame. Is that what that person meant? Remember when she's like, I have my eye on a minigame? It's because you literally have to have your eyes on this minigame. Um, choose the level of brightness at which the pixel is barely visible. But I don't see anything in any of those boxes. So I don't know what they're talking about. We'll go number 4, because I haven't gone with number 4 yet. And it says they're supposed to be moving pixels, right? So how do I tell if they're moving? How do I tell what is moving? Okay. I really don't get this minigame. Okay. Here, I'm just gonna sit here for a bit, and we'll see if I see anything moving. Hint? Oh hey, it just told me a... It gave me the option at the bottom of the screen. I'm gonna click on it. It says hint. Okay, that does not help me. I could click hint again. They just keep narrowing them down. Huh. Okay. Okay. Well, once you pass 30 seconds, I guess they let you get a hint. So I'm going to wait for the 30 seconds again, and I'm just going to keep narrowing it down as much as I could, just so I could see where the heck these pixels are, because I have no idea what I'm doing. Okay, that's the smallest they go. You guys, please help me out here. What am I even looking for? It says they're supposed to be moving pixels. I see nothing moving in any of the circles. And I know pixels are small, of course, right? But, like, still. What did I do? Okay. Sure, I didn't even click that spot. Okay. Boom, I did it. Boom, I did it. Let's get out of here. I literally just clicked in each of the circles and it counted. Alright. Oh, and it looks like this is the only minigame that's on the dock. That was fast. 4K pixels really are minuscule, aren't they? Well, look at that. Part 2 is alive and kicking. I've got a sneaking suspicion that with a little more practice, you'll get better at spotting those pixels. We are not going to take another stab at it. No way. Not at the moment. Okay. So it looks like I'm able to do this one. But, yeah, it looks like that is the only minigame here. Okay. Give me 1 sec, you guys. I want to look up how to do that minigame. Because I want to be able to do it. But if I don't even know what I'm doing, then it's going to be pretty hard. Now won't it? How did you do that? How did he do that? Okay, guys, we'll try this minigame again. I looked it up, and I found nothing helpful. I found nothing helpful. All that came up was reviews of the game. And then I saw a short video of someone doing it, and they were easily able to find the pixels. I do not see any pixels at all, so I don't know what they're talking about. But yeah, maybe let me stand up, you guys. I'm gonna stand up, get closer to the screen for this one. Just so I could see. Oh, wait, no, but I have to use mouse controls, huh? I totally forgot I have to use mouse controls. You guys, even standing up, I really can't see anything. And my eyes are open, like super wide. And I can't see anything. So I don't know how to do this game. The person that I was watching play this, they were easily able to find it. But I have no clue how to find it. How to find 5, especially. Okay, I just clicked that one just because I wanted to. Okay. And I'm supposed to beat it before I could get hints? I'm supposed to beat it before I could get hints. That's impossible. Okay. We'll come back to that. We will come back to that. I'm not getting the second medal right now. We'll unlock this one. You've been busy, huh? I see you've got at least 35 medals. 4K Pixel Hunt 2, 5 Drifting Pixels is open for business. Alright, we'll try to get 1 medal on this one, and then we'll just move on. In part 1, you had to look for 5 pixels, but in part 2, the pixels will be floating around across the screen. So what do you say? Want to crack at 4K Pixel Hunt 2, 5 Drifting Pixels? Sure, I guess? I can't see anything. I feel like the screen is gonna mess with my eyes. I don't know what pixel they're talking about. Five wandering pixels. The fact that it's also all cubey like this is bothering me. Like, it's a bunch of squares, you know? It kind of looks brighter on the screen, honestly. Like, you guys, I'm looking at the recording, and it looks brighter than it actually is. It's pretty dark over here. Yeah, it looks super red, the big circle, but how are those pixels? I don't know how those are pixels. Okay, we'll get 1 medal, so by that, what I mean is, I will go ahead and use my hints to get at least 1 medal. And then I honestly might try just off camera, actually, for this one specifically. This is the first minigame I'm coming to where actually it seems impossible for me to do it, because I'm pretty sure anyone else out there could do it. But for me, it definitely seems impossible. Oh, I only get 1 hint and then they go away. Oh, that's not fun. The hint doesn't stay. Oh, hey, it passed right through my X. Okay. Well, I gave it a try. I think for this one specifically, I'll try it off camera. Maybe the fact that I'm just far away from the screen is what's messing me up. So I'll try it off camera. We'll see if I can do it. I don't know if I'll be able to, but we'll see. Okay. Anyways, let's do this quiz. The Nintendo Switch 2 AC adapter is pretty powerful, but its cable is thin. Okay. Excellent. Here are the Nintendo Switch 2 AC adapter insights. I think that's a typo. Here are the Nintendo Switch 2 AC adapter insights. I found a typo in the game, you guys. Okay. Removable cable. The Nintendo Switch 2 AC adapter's cable can be detached. This means that when you want to carry the AC adapter around with you, you could easily stow both parts. Okay, that was fast. Small yet powerful. The Nintendo Switch 2 AC adapter is much smaller than the Nintendo Switch AC adapter. However, it can output a lot of power. Compared to the Nintendo Switch AC adapter, it's increased by more than 1.5 times from 39W to 60W. It's small but mighty. Thin and flexible. The USB-C charging cable for the Nintendo Switch 2 AC adapter is thinner and more flexible than the Nintendo Switch AC adapter cable. This makes the AC adapter convenient and easy to pack nicely on the go. It's easy to wrap the cable up gently as shown here. If you have a Nintendo Switch AC adapter handy, compare the flexibility of the two cables. You've read everything? Great! Okay. We offer quizzes to anyone who gets through a set of insights. Okay, Insights quiz. Nintendo Switch 2 AC adapter. Which of the following traits is true of the Nintendo Switch 2 AC adapter cable? It's detachable. What does the Nintendo Switch 2 AC adapter have more of than the Nintendo Switch AC adapter? Power. It's got more power. How does the Nintendo Switch 2 adapter cable compare to the Switch one? It's thinner and more flexible. Got it. Perfect score. You're on fire, no mistakes at all. I see you've learned a lot about the Nintendo Switch 2 AC adapter. Oh, I see. Yeah, I didn't see that there was a whole bunch more quizzes at the very top of the screen. So it looks like I still have 2 more quizzes to do in this area. This place has a lot of quizzes. Each area before that one did not have that many quizzes. Okay. I mean, I guess it has... Yeah, it has 5 quizzes, right? It looks like it has 5 quizzes. Alright, let's go down the escalator. Here's number 9 of the tech demos. Let me get the stamp. HDMI port. Okay, I just need one more stamp. Let me see if it's along the wall. Nope. Alright, let's do this tech demo. I need 2 medals to do it. I see you've got at least 2 medals. That means the demo is all yours. So, this is more of a demo than a game, but want to try it out? The Joy-Con 2L and Joy-Con 2R each have a mouse sensor. This means it's possible for you to use mouse controls with both of them at the same time. Have some fun splashing water around. You could play two-handed, or you could pass a Joy-Con 2 to a friend. Dual mouse water scoop demo. Alright, so I need both mice. I think I have to play with both. Experience scooping with 2 mice. Okay. Okay. Experience scooping with 2 mouse. So, move a paddle, change the stage, spin the water wheel. Okay. Okay, I moved the paddle. Oh. Oh, scooping up 2 mice. I see. Okay. Change the stage. Okay, let me scoop up this water. Illuminate every stage is what the next part says. Oh god, this is actually hard. Considering my hand has to be like different. Let me see. Hold on. I think I need my other grip. Give me one sec. I need my other one because I can't seem to do it without my other one. Because I only got one grip. I didn't think I would be needing both. Okay. Okay, let's try this again. Oh, and I don't actually have to do it on my desk, right? They did say that it could be used on your lap, right? I think that's what they said. Let me recalibrate these real fast. They're a bit not right. Okay. So let me make sure the one over there. Let me see if we could scoop up some water. It's gonna be tough, but we'll see what we can do. I gotta just illuminate this, there we go. That's what I wanted. I wanted it to be, like, super bright. And then, could I change the stage? Oh, there we go. I did it. Cool. Okay, that was harder than I thought it would be. Yeah, I'm still not great at mouse controls, so... yeah, I'm not the best at mouse controls. Okay, we got just one more tech demo to do, which is at the bottom over there. You made a real splash with those two mice there. You must have had a whale of a time. You have more clear metals than me? Seriously? No way. Alright, there's another quiz here. Ultra fast. 4K HDR 120 HZ. Are you interested in TV output? Not really, but I'll do it. Then here's TV output insights 1. It's not really my kind of thing, but sure. Ultra high speed. The Nintendo Switch 2 system comes with an HDMI cable. This cable is an ultra high speed HDMI cable. As the name suggests, it can transmit data very quickly, and indeed, the cable needs to transmit a lot of data. The sharp and detailed picture, 4K, the video displayed with bright light, HDR, and the smooth images, 120 Hz sent to your TV. To achieve all of this, a compatible game and TV are required. 4K. In terms of TV image output, the Nintendo Switch 2 is capable of 4K resolution. A 4K image is made up of many dots, or pixels, 3,840 horizontal and 2,160 vertical. That's 4 times as many pixels as Nintendo Switch. This is the most ever for any Nintendo console. If you have both a game and a TV that are 4K compatible, then you can look forward to having a sharp and detailed picture. HDR. When Nintendo Switch 2 outputs video to the TV, it could do so using very bright light. Devices capable of this are HDR compatible. HDR is short for high dynamic range. Nintendo Switch could use approximately 16.77 million different types of light and color. Meanwhile, Nintendo Switch 2 can use hundreds of millions. If you have an HDR compatible game and TV, it's not possible to display bright, intense light. Here's a non-HDR image. This is what happens when HDR is used. In the non-HDR image, there's very little difference in brightness between the most vivid parts of the explosion and the area around it. Meanwhile, in the HDR image, the brighter areas can shine very brightly, while the darker parts remain unchanged. It can even create subtle differences in darkness and dark places. However, the brightness and output will vary depending on the TV and TV settings. Try to find the viewing setup that works best for you. Smooth movement. When connected to a TV, Nintendo Switch 2 can produce an image that changes at high speeds, up to 120 times per second, in fact. So we could say that the screen is 120 HZ compatible. If you have a 120 HZ compatible game and TV, you'll get the appearance of smooth movement as the pictures change quickly. Nintendo Switch changes images up to 60 times per second. So a rate of 120 times per second means that the movement looks twice as smooth. The video shown is just an example, but if 120 HD is supported, mouse movements will appear smoother. Looking around using the right stick will feel smoother, and as you scroll, the screen will look smoother, and so on. And that's not the only benefit of playing games that support that. The world appearing to you 1/120th a second faster could give you an advantage during intense gameplay. Well, insight's nice. Didn't I already read that before? I could have sworn I read that exact thing. Like this insight and then this insight right here. I think I've read that before. I think it's time for a quiz. This does say TV Output Insights Quiz 1. I would have thought it would have been Quiz 2. Or, Insights number 2 if I've read it before. Because it sounded familiar. Because I remember reading about HZ and HDR, and I remember seeing that picture of the explosion. I think it was in Area B. The HDMI cable included with Nintendo Switch 2 is what type of cable? Ultra high speed. That's just a guess, honestly. Nintendo Switch 2 is compatible with which of the following resolutions? 4K. How many different combinations of light and color is it able to use? Hundreds of millions, right? Hundreds of millions. We'll go with that one. It's either that one or the 16.77. When the images on the TV screen change rapidly, how does it start to look? Smooth. Yay, we did it. Cool. That was a lot to read, so I wasn't really paying attention. You breezed right through that. Way to go. Your TV output scales are coming through loud and clear. Okay. It looks like we do have one more quiz to do. Oh, and there's more to learn about TV output. There's another TV output insights over there. Okay. I guess that's the quiz we gotta do. ALLM is some fascinating stuff, huh? Speaking of fascinating, how about how images appear on the TV? Ah, yeah, I was hoping you'd say that. Here's TV output insights too. Alright, 4 more. Let's do it. Easy to use without any setup. Some TVs include special settings suited to games. This is sometimes called game mode. This makes the images less prone to lag, which makes playing them easier. When it comes to Switch 2, you may not need to enable such TV settings manually. It automatically switches the TV to a mode that's suited for games. This is known as being ALLM compatible. ALLM stands for Auto Low Latency Mode. It automatically switches the TV to a mode that's suited for games. This is known... Oh. Wait, I just read that. However, this feature is only available for ALLM compatible TVs. The system is set up to automatically make games easier to play without having to change any settings. Interacting with the TV. Nintendo Switch 2 exchanges more than just images with the TV. It interacts in all kinds of ways. The console is what's called CEC enabled. CEC stands for Consumer Electronics Control. When you power on the Nintendo Switch 2 system, the TV will automatically turn on and the input mode will change. And when the TV is turned off, the Nintendo Switch 2 system will automatically enter sleep mode. This feature can be found under System Settings on the home menu and is called Match TV Power State. Not only that, but the TV will also display Switch 2 when switching input to the Nintendo Switch 2 console. With CEC compatibility, the Nintendo Switch 2 console is easily recognized by the TV. However, the compatibility of your TV may vary from model to model. You'll need to check the TV's instructions for more information. Changing the video signal. When you play on a Nintendo Switch 2 system connected to a TV, various electrical signals are output via the USB Type-C connector on the console. These signals won't normally show up on the TV. Not without a little extra help, anyway. The Nintendo Switch 2 dock picks out the video signals, converts them into different video signals called HDMI, then sends the video signals to your TV via an ultra-high-speed HDMI cable. The dock does a lot of heavy lifting. How pictures get to the screen. When you connect the Nintendo Switch 2 console to a TV and turn on the power, images appear on the TV screen. You might think that the console is simply outputting signals to the TV, but in fact, all kinds of processes are going on between the console, the dock, and the TV. When the console is turned on, its information is transmitted to the dock, which then transmits a signal through the cable to the TV. The TV then responds, and the dock relays that response back to the console. So you see, the console and the TV communicate through the dock. At this point, the main unit asks the TV through the dock what kind of video it can handle. The console receives the reply via the dock, and the console decides what kind of image to display. Finally, the image is output from the console, converted by the dock, and then displayed to the TV. All sorts of processes are handled in a short span of time before the image is displayed. Oh my god. I was reading that and watching the arrow go from the console to the TV, back to the console to the TV, and I'm just like, oh my god, that's a long process. You got everything thinks. No problem. It's time to take a little quiz. Alright, let's do it. That was a lot of stuff, though. I don't think it's stuck in my brain. Okay, question number 1. When you connect a console to a something compatible TV, what happens to the TV? It switches to a special gaming mode. That makes the most sense to me. What's it called when the Nintendo Switch 2 console communicates with the TV in ways other than video? CEC enabled. What does the Nintendo Switch 2 dock do with the video signal sent from the Switch console? Wait, what does the Switch 2 dock? What does the dock do? I mean, by the look of the picture, it looks like it's sending it to the TV, right? It says it converts them for the TV. I'll go with that. How did the Switch 2 console and TV communicate with each other before the video's output? They email each other. Definitely. The one that makes the most sense is they use the dock. I'm just gonna say that. Oh my god. I can't believe I got that. That was so much to read. Nice, you aced it. You must be a TV output genius by now. Must be. Alright, that was 5 quizzes. That's too many quizzes. I don't like quizzes. Alright, I guess we're going down. Did I find all of the stamps yet? I don't think I found all the stamps yet. Let me take a look. Did I find all the stamps yet? Let's see, I have one more tech demo. I need one more stamp. Where is the stamp at? Where is the stamp at? What am I looking for? What stamp am I looking for on the dock? Oh! Oh wait, no, never mind. I was gonna say I could go that way, but I guess I can't. I'm pretty sure it's like on the 2nd floor, I think. So we'll go back up. Just so we could go back down to the 2nd floor. Because there's really nothing else over here, I don't think. Because I got the stamp that's over here. Oh, there's one right next to it. Okay. Air vent. Done. That is the last stamp. And then we should unlock area G, which is going to be connected. It's going to be over there. Connected to the dock area. Okay, cool. Let's go back down. Let's do this last tech demo and call it a day. And then yeah, again you guys, I will do that minigame off camera. At least I'll try to. Because I don't completely understand it. Let's see, you've got at least 12 medals, then everything's in order. If you'll excuse me a second. Now, maybe you can't rightly call this a game, but the echoes you hear in this demo just might surprise you. Just gotta speak into the Nintendo Switch 2 microphone. After a small delay, your voice will bounce back at you. It might even come back different than when it left. Echo generator demo. Okay, so I'll have to speak into the microphone. I believe there's a microphone on the script, I think. Is there a microphone on the script? I thought they added one. I guess not. Okay. It requires stick controls and the use of your voice. Say something and listen to the echoed voice. Switch to a different effect. Echo your voice for 5 seconds. Echo! Echo!
Echo, echo.
Echo! Okay. Okay. Echo, 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 echo. Okay, so echo my voice for 5 seconds. Let's just keep talking for 5 seconds, and then it should echo for 5 seconds, right? Okay, how do I echo it for 5 seconds? La 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 la. Okay, there you go. Experience all voice effects. Cool. I'm a robot. Now, does this have a microphone? I don't know if the controllers have a microphone. I don't know. Okay, I turned into a robot at the end. Echo generator is done. Did you have fun playing with the sound of your voice? There's a fair few peculiar echoes in there, huh? Okay, well, I'd say we are done with this area. Since area G is right over here, I do have a lost item to turn in, you guys, but since area G is over here, I think let's turn in the item next time. Just because I want to be able to get here fast. Oh, it looks like it's the camera next time. I wonder if it's actually going to have me use the camera. Because not everyone could get a camera, right? Not everyone has a camera. But yet they put it in the game. Do you have to have a camera? Oh god, do you have to have a camera? So I got lucky. If I didn't have a camera, I couldn't even continue forward. Okay, we will find out next time, you guys. I hope to see you guys then.